Happy Saturday evening, wrestling fans. Josh with you. We are coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. The Halloween Havoc tour continues.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Georgia, weighing in at 289 pounds,
Terry Gordy will team with Dr. Death Steve Williams to face the returning Road Warriors. The suspension has been lifted. Hawk and Animal are back in World Championship Wrestling. Several weeks ago, over a month ago, Hawk attacked referee Bill Scott, and that led to their suspension, a 30-day suspension. But they are returning tonight in front of their home crowd. Thank you so much for tuning in. We take a short break from the Lethal Lottery. That'll resume on Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We have yet to see Gordy in the Lethal Lottery. We haven't seen any of the four men in this matchup.
and his partner, from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, weighing in at 285 pounds, Dr. Death Steve Williams.
As part of the Halloween Havoc tour, we have shorter shows, as you know. Just 3 matches per show, but the fans only paid $5 each to get a seat. Basement bargain pricing for the Halloween Havoc tour. We'll have 4 Saturday shows for you, but the final one, which lands on October 25th, will be the big finale of the Halloween Havoc event itself. A much longer program. Tonight, 30 minutes with you. What an ovation for the Road Warriors and Precious Paul Ellering, their manager.
Accompanied by Precious Paul L. Reed. And at a combined weight of 609 pounds, Paul and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
I tried to get an interview with the Road Warriors earlier today, and they talked to me, but it was very brief, and they said they're back and they want to clean house here in World Championship Wrestling. They said they're going to make a statement tonight. Let's see if they can do it. This is a very impressive duo of Terry Gordy and Steve Williams. 2 very talented wrestlers to return and have to face. It's Hawk starting things off against Terry Gordy. 10-minute time limit in this one. Vicious clothesline by Hawk. And Hawk already taking it to Terry Bam Bam Gordy. These 2 men had their feuds in the American Wrestling Association back in the day. Big right hand by Road Warrior Hawk. Hawk makes the tag to Animal, and they're working fast and working good as a team. Double axe handle off the middle rope to the lower back, and a cover, quick cover, trying to get an early win, but Gordy able to kick out. Hawk scoops him up. Big slam, Gordy no small man. Animal picks him up again. Whips him into the corner. Went for the punch. Good block there by Gordy. He just rammed Hawk off the apron, and Gordy now fighting back. Knee right to the midsection. And now Gordy needs to make the tag to Dr. Death. Animal rolls out of the ring. Paul Ellering said, get back in there. Take care of him. Off the ropes is Animal. High cross body. Great wrestling move. Also tonight, wrestling fans, Magnum TA needed a tag team partner. Lex Luger said, I'm here in Chicago anyway. It's his hometown. He'll team up with Magnum TA to take on Ric Flair and Tully Blanchard. A week ago, you saw the return of Nature Boy Ric Flair attacking Magnum TA after Magnum's win over Tully Blanchard. And tonight, that's our main event. Also tonight, a rematch for the World TV title. Arn Anderson came away victorious last week, albeit by countout, And so Dusty Rhodes will defend the TV title tonight against the Enforcer. That match is coming up next. Big boot there by Gordy. Hawk reaches over with a cheap shot. Right hand there by Animal. Shoves down Gordy. Lateral press. Referee's distracted by Animal's partner. We've got all 4 men in the ring. Williams leaves, and now Hawk does as well. Vicious clothesline by the Animal, and they are just dominating Terry Gordy. Gordy showing some ring rust. It's been quite some time since we've seen him in action. Beautiful drop kick there by Gordy on the floor. And now Gordy finally mounting some offense. Animal from behind. And they are working very ruthlessly here. Gordy trying to crawl over and make the tag. Unable to do so as Hawk stomps him in the back of the leg. Bear hug here by Hawk. And the Road Warriors continue the onslaught. Bill Scott checking in. He might surrender right here. Gordy shouting no. Hawk just drops him like a sack of potatoes. Hawk taunting Gordy. Front face lock. Elbow to the top of the head. Gordy slips behind. Good kick to the leg. And Gordy now taunting Hawk. Hawk will have none of that. Beautiful side suplex. Picks him up. Williams once in there. DDT. He rocked Terry Gordy. Now it's Hawk just taunting Gordy. Front face lock. Elbow again. Another kick to the midsection. Cobra clutch. Has him up. Slams him down. Down goes Williams off the apron. Look at Hawk again. Just daring Gordy to get up. This has been sheer annihilation. Kind of like what the Denver Broncos did to the Cincinnati Bengals this past Monday night. Much to my chagrin. Another double axe handle to the lower back of Gordy for the second time. And a cover, 2. It's over. Sheer domination by the Road Warriors. And they look impressive in their return. Gordy looked helpless in this matchup. Only had a momentary spark of offense, and that occurred on the floor. It was quickly stalled by the onslaught from the Road Warriors. They're back with a vengeance. All the champions should take note. Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express. Beware of this awesome Road Warrior team. Look at it, the second time, and it's what does Gordy in here in this matchup. Impressive win by Hawk and Animal.
Here are your winners, Hawk and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
Don't go anywhere, wrestling fans. The World TV title is on the line next. Welcome back to the arena, wrestling fans.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
This series now deadlocked at 2 wins apiece between both wrestlers. Anderson has 2 wins over Dusty. Dusty has 2 wins over the Enforcer. Anderson will have James J. Dillon in his corner. It'll be interesting to see if anyone comes in to be in the corner of Dusty Rhodes. The Horsemen have made it clear they want championship belts, and Ric Flair, of course, is getting a rematch for the world title at Halloween Havoc, the big event, on Saturday, October 25th. Tonight he'll get Magnum in the ring. It'll be in a tag team match, however. Flair and Blanchard, the two men who attacked Magnum, double-teamed him last week, to take on Magnum TA and Lex Luger. You couldn't want a better tag team partner than the Total Package in Chicago, Illinois. Unless maybe you get Hawk or Animal. Fans awaiting the arrival of the American Dream, and there he is, the World Television Champion. I believe he's riding 35 days as champ. Will it come to an end this evening here in Chicago, Illinois? We'll be in Birmingham, Alabama on Monday as the Lethal Lottery event resumes. The matches for that event will be spread across Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. One match per day. Tonight you're getting all three Chicago matches. Sadly, we've had to turn people away from the arena. When you're only charging $5 a seat, you're going to sell out fast. Let's go down to our ring announcer.
Introducing the challenger from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 225 pounds, the enforcer, Arn Anderson. Introducing the champion from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, he is the World Television Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Thinking back to tonight's opening match, Dr. Dusty Williams didn't even get tagged in. Gordy was manhandled by Hawk and Animal. What a shellacking. Hopefully the Bengals don't see any more of those, but they got the Detroit Lions tomorrow. I think they might be the NFC champion this year. In fact, if I was going to call the Super Bowl matchup right now, I'd say the Bills and the Lions. I would never gamble on that, though. A lot of things can happen over the course of the season. Big elbow there by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. 15-minute time limit in this TV title match. Referee for tonight's match is Bill Scott. And thankfully, we saw no animosity between Scott and Hawk in the previous match. In fact, they didn't even exchange any bad looks or anything. They've apparently settled things between each other. And that is good to see here in WCW. Anderson has Dusty up, slams him down face first, and the enforcer in command. Dragon Screw. As a Bengals fan, my hope is that they can go 4-5 over the next 5 games. Hopefully that will give time for Joe Burrow to recover and at the beginning of December. And then we got to hope he can win the last 4 games. 10-7 might get you in the playoffs, but anymore it's not a given. Looking for the neck breaker. There it is. Great execution. There have been a couple of cover here by Anderson, a kick out by Rhodes. Over the years, there have been a couple of 11-game winning teams that missed the playoffs. Anderson picks him up. And that was before they added the extra game to 17. Roll up here by the enforcer, looking to regain the TV title. A 1 count only. The Horseman currently beltless, and that was missed execution there by the enforcer. His hands just slipped right off Dusty. Dusty shoved him off also. Good counter there by the American Dream to just deflect Anderson. These two men know each other so well. Cover here by Dusty Rhodes, a 1 count only. Anderson quickly up. Some jabs. Anderson with an elbow to the top of the head. Dusty just collapses into the corner. Big right hand. Anderson letting him have it. He is trapped in the corner. The enforcer now measures him. What's he going to do? Runs in. Boot right to the face. Kicked his nose off. Cover here by the challenger. A 1 count. Did not hook the leg. Anderson now staying on him. Wrenching back on the chin. Dusty fading fast. Rhodes whips him into the corner. Vicious clothesline. Down goes the challenger. And they're battling on the floor. Anderson was knocked right over the railing. And Rhodes climbing over. Right hand. They're fighting among the crowd. Look out, fans. Don't get in these guys' way. Rhodes just hammering away on the enforcer. And they're getting a long way from the ring. We might get a double count out. We do not want that. Fans getting an up-close and personal view of the action. Rhodes just wailing away. Referee up to 6. They have until the count of 10 to get back in the ring. Anderson wailing, swinging blindly. Rhodes running back now. He knows the count out could happen. It doesn't matter as much to him. He retains the title. Both men back in before the count of 10. And this match will resume. Rhodes wailing away on the challenger. Double fist right to the chest. And the enforcer might be done right here. Cover. Leg hook 1. A 1 count is all he gets. Anderson kicks out. Rhodes now measuring him, looking for the bionic elbow. If he lands it, he's going to retain the title. Good block by Arn Anderson. Anderson now picks up Dusty. Drops him throat first over the top rope. Turns him over, cover. Going for the title. Can he hold him down? He is close to the ropes. Rhodes kicks out. Rhodes could have draped that foot over the bottom rope to break the pin, but instead he chose to kick out. And this match resumes. Anderson raining down right hands on the champion. Rhodes in his first reign as World TV Champ. Up and over goes Dusty Rhodes. Anderson climbing up to the top. Drops the fist right to the throat of the American Dream. Anderson now DDT on the floor. He just leveled Dusty Rhodes with a DDT on the floor. Anderson does not want a count-out win. He won't get the title that way. He's going to have to break the count. And that's what he's going to do. That'll reset the count. He's going to inflict more punishment on Rhodes. Throws him into the steel railing. Rhodes might be done here. Anderson needs to roll him back in the ring and pin him. Into the steel ring post. You could hear the flesh smacking. And again, face first, he's rammed into the post. Throws him back in the ring. That's going to be it for Dusty Rhodes. Anderson turns him over. He is looking to make him submit, but Rhodes grabs that bottom rope to break the hold. Good wherewithal to know where that bottom rope was. Anderson puts him up on the top rope. 9 minutes remain in the time limit. Anderson may not need much more of that. If he lands this move, it could very well be over. He's got him up on his shoulders. Drives him down to the mat. And Anderson going for the cover. New champion right here. He's going to regain the title, but no, Dusty Rhodes somehow kicks out. Anderson thought he had him beat. You cannot measure the heart that is in the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Anderson now raking the ice across the top rope. Picks him up. Backbreaker. Anderson just taking it to Dusty Rhodes right now. And there's a sleeper. He wants the TV title back in the camp of the Horsemen. Currently beltless. And Rhodes drives the chin right into the top of the head. Vicious chop there by the American Dream. He's fighting back. Dusty puts him against the ropes. Head of steam off the ropes. Dusty drives all the way down to the neck of the challenger. Rhodes takes him over to the ropes. He'll sling him again against that middle rope, throat first. just knocking the wind out of Anderson, and he is working him over now. Leaping elbow drop. Anderson's been lacerated. Blood flowing down between the eyes. One. Does he have him? Yes, he does. And the American Dream retains the World Television title and pushes ahead 3 matches to 2 in their overall series. Anderson may want to think a while before he challenges the American Dream again. And in fact, Anderson will plummet down the rankings after this loss. It's a tough one. Heartbreaking loss for the Enforcer. Had things going his way midway through the match. Again, neglects to hook the leg right there. May have seen a different outcome if he had.
Here is your winner, and still World Television Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Don't go anywhere. Our main event is coming up next. Thank you for staying with us, wrestling fans. It is time for our main event tag team action. What an ovation for the Total Package Lex Luger and his manager, Missy Hyatt.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Melissa, and from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Total Package, Lex Luger.
Lex Luger, the newest member of Hot Stuff International. He joined Sting, Rick Steiner, and Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt's camp. But tonight he is lending his allegiance to the world champion Magnum TA. Lex said he's already here. This is his hometown, Chicago. He wants to wrestle before them.
And his partner from Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 245 pounds, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Magnum TA.
The main event has been signed for Halloween Havoc on Saturday, October 25th. Nature Boy Ric Flair will challenge that man right there for the World Heavyweight title. But tonight, they'll have a chance to square off here in Chicago. Magnum looking for revenge against Blanchard and Ric Flair. And Ric Flair, who attacked him last week.
And their opponents, accompanied by Perfect 10, and at a combined weight of 486 pounds, Tully, Blanchard, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen.
2 members of the Four Horsemen, along with Tully's valet, Baby Doll. They make their way to the ring. Barry Windham not in the building tonight, as far as I know. Don't put it past him, however. Magnum and Luger need to be looking behind their backs. Anderson, we know, is here. But he is currently being treated for that head wound. So I don't think he poses much of a threat to get involved in this one. Luger will start things off against Tully Blanchard. 20-minute time limit in this one. Missy Hyatt, Baby Doll both looking on in their respective corners. High knee lift there by the Total Package. Tully does not go down, but there he does. That clothesline took him down. Flair was thinking about a cheap shot, I think, but Luger ducked just in time. Luger needs to get out of that corner, and he does. Luger picks up Blanchard into the corner. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you've not done so already. Great move there by Magnum TA. Cover here by Magnum. A 1 count. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed over the years. Thank you for staying with us. Magnum front face lock. Armbar here by Magnum. And of course, thank you to all the new subscribers who've come along. Hope you're enjoying the action. Cover here by the boss, Magnum TA. One question I get always is why WWE 2K19? Cheap shot there by Magnum. It was a sucker punch, but you can't really say Flair didn't deserve it after last week. So why WWE 2K19 instead of 24 or 25, whatever's out now? Double team coming up here by Luger and Magnum. High crossbody. Why use such an old game? Well, I like older games. That's one thing. The second thing is I just can't get used to that grapple, that constant grapple that 2K employed. I think starting in 22, I think in 2022 they started using that. Like before every maneuver, there's a grapple. It just drove me crazy. Great move there by Magnum. OCD setting in, I guess, but that's okay. Magnum's got a hold of Ric Flair now. Bangs the wrist against the mat. Magnum measures him. Drives the fist between the eyes. I speculated that maybe there's some way to not use that grapple before every move. Nearly every move. Single leg Boston Crab by Magnum TA. So maybe I'll eventually have to probably switch over to a newer game. Magnum boots Tully in the face. Magnum has him up waistlock. Beautiful suplex. Leaping leg drop across the throat. Cover here by the boss. Hooks the leg one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch some gameplay of WWE 2K14, or excuse me, 2024. Watch some gameplay of that. And nearly before every move, they lock up in a collar and elbow tie-up. And that does happen in wrestling from time to time, but not that constantly before every move. Single leg Boston Crab here by Magnum TA, trying to force a submission. Flair kicks away the boss. And Flair now in control. Straight right hand. He knocked down Magnum TA, now drives the elbow to the chest. I'm not knocking those who use the game. They enjoy it, but I just can't get past it. Flair choking away on Magnum TA. Drags him to the corner. Flair says that's good enough, and he tags in Tully. Magnum moved out of the way. Right hand there by Tully. Up and over. Blanchard grabs onto the top rope, but he's set sailing by that right hand. Tag made to Lex Luger. Luger racing over. What's Luger doing here? He's going up top. He's going to try to fly off and hit Blanchard. Flair, make sure that doesn't happen. He's pounding away on Luger, but Luger with a right hand on the Flair. I think Luger was going to fly off and try to big slam there by the total package. He was going to try to fly off and hit Tully Blanchard. Ric Flair made sure that did not happen, but Flair paid for it as Luger let him have it. Sam sailing off the apron. Camel clutch here by Lex Luger, and Tully Blanchard's foot was under the bottom rope. Referee Bill Scott called for the break. Into the corner goes Blanchard. Luger puts him up on the top rope as we approach 15 minutes remaining in the time limit. We will stay with you to bring you the conclusion of this matchup. Big superplex there by Luger. Luger now. Camel clutch. Bill Scott checking in to see if he wants to give it up right here. Let me know in the comments if you like the longer shows where we go at least 1 hour. Going for the clothesline. Blanchard moved out of the way. Now Luger going up top. What a chop there by Tully Blanchard. Knocked Luger off the apron. Not sure what Luger was thinking there. Blanchard was so close. Too close for Luger to try to go to the ropes. Front face lock here by the total package. Big knee right to the mouth of Ric Flair. Military press slams him down. And Luger wants to give Magnum a chance back in the ring. Magnum says sure, and he tags in. Flying elbow drop there. Running elbow drop there by Magnum TA. Now the boss wrapping up Flair, trying to make him submit. Referee Bill Scott checking in. Flair rolls him up. Big forearm shot there by the boss. Armbar. Wrenching back, trying to force Flair to submit. Bill Scott checking in, listening for a call of I quit from the Nature Boy. Running forearm shot, cover middle of the ring, leg hooked. Referee slow to get into position. 2. And that might have cost Magnum and Luger the win right there. Bill Scott's delay to get down there and start making that count. Definitely a slow count from referee Bill Scott. Elbow there, and another. Flair now whips him into the corner. Double team there. I think Tully clipped Magnum's leg, and then Flair delivered a vicious clothesline, followed up by that rolling knee drop right to the forehead of Magnum T, but Ric Flair favoring the back, trying to stretch the ligaments. Flair now looking for the figure 4. He's going to slap it on. He's going to slap it on Magnum TA. If he can lock it on, in 3 weeks, we're going to have a new world champion, but Luger's there to break it up. Luger now picks up Flair. It is breaking down now. Bill Scott ordered Luger out of the ring. He shouted no. Big slam there by the total package. Luger refusing to leave. In fact, he's going to bring Tully Blanchard in via the suplex. Down goes Tully, who's rolling out to the floor. Luger just kicking at anything that moves. Missy Hyatt trying to calm her man down. And now it's back to one-on-one. Cover here by the boss. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Another near fall, but Ric Flair kicks out. Snaps the head down. Luger's beside himself. Armbar here by Magnum TA. He is still dishing out punishment on Tully Blanchard on the floor. Missy's trying to be the voice of reason. Trying to coax him back to his corner, but Luger refusing to go. He wants to punish Tully Blanchard some more. He refuses to let Blanchard get back to his corner. Meanwhile, though, Ric Flair now working over the world champion. And they are the legal men. That's who count here. Here comes Luger from behind. Waistlock. Takes down the Nature Boy. Bill Scott's going to have to restore some order. We've got all 4 men in the ring. Magnum's crawling over. Might make the pin. Just have to drape the arm across the stomach of Flair, but Flair gets to his feet. Claps the ears. All 4 men in the ring. And Bill Scott being very lenient here. He could throw this match out right now. Call it a double disqualification. Tully rolls out of the way of Luger. Meanwhile, Magnum has Flair pinned. Holding him down. He held him down for the 3 count. And Magnum gets revenge on Ric Flair tonight. Hitting his shoulders to the mat. Good leaping leg drop there by Magnum TA. And looking back, hopefully we got a replay of it. I don't know if we do or not. But Magnum delivered that devastating powerbomb on Ric Flair. Flair's head just cracked against the mat. I think he was knocked out. And that's what enabled Magnum to put him down for the 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we got it in the replay. No, we don't. I'm sorry.
Here are your winners. The total package.
That's going to do it from Chicago, Illinois. We'll take a day of rest tomorrow on Sunday. I'll be back on Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time for the Lethal Lottery. Have a great night.